Before I start this video, I would like to address all of my fans, if I have any. Now, a lot of you are probably wondering why I didn't do a WrestleMania follow-up video, and I have a good answer to that. I'm lazy. That's basically it. Now, did I like WrestleMania 26? Yeah, actually I did. I liked it a lot. It was better than WrestleMania 25. I am sad to see Shawn Michaels go. He's always been one of my favorite wrestlers. But I am very, very satisfied that Mr. WrestleMania, the main event, got to have his last match at WrestleMania in the main event. Oh, it's poetic. Like I said, he's always been one of my favorite wrestlers, and I can't do this. Just start the episode, please. Just start the episode. Greetings, I am the wrestling fan. I may not be the best wrestling fan, but I am the finest. Now, for the past couple weeks, all of you have basically seen me bitch and moan about, well, things that are pissing me off in wrestling. WWE being PG, TNA not getting it, and even a piece of fuck pay-per-view whose name I can't seem to remember. Thank you, Joey Styles. As you can see, my rage is it's at an all-time high. I mean, I'm like boiling. I'm hot. I
got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
No, Mr. Walken. Forget it.
There, baby, just say it.
I was gonna say the prescription is for me to do an actual fun episode, but your idea was good too. Thank you, Mr. Walken.
The cock and a walk, baby.
Okay, don't get full of yourself.
There, baby, just say it.
Okay, you are. Freak. Now, kiddies, the rumors have been correct. I am gonna do my very first top 5 video. Okay. Calm down, you little shits. Now, don't worry. I'll get back to bitching and moaning about wrestling's past and present fuck-ups very soon. But for now, let's have some fun and name the top 5 Hell in a Cell matches in history. Now, this will be completely in my opinion, but let's be honest with ourselves. It's the only one that matters. Let's get started.
Number 5. Brock Lesnar vs. Undertaker from No Mercy 2002. Brock Lesnar was in all of his glory during his first reign as WWE Champion after defeating The Rock at SummerSlam. Brock then refused to defend the WWE title on Raw, and the WWE title became exclusive to the SmackDown brand. Brock's first test as SmackDown's champion? The Undertaker. Ooh, tough start.
Don't do it, Brock! He'll take your soul!
They had a match at Unforgiven that ended in a double disqualification. Things became very personal when Brock Lesnar put his hands on Undertaker's wife, Sarah.
Stupid!
Then he broke Undertaker's hand, which made him and his manager Paul Heyman very, very happy.
Oh, no.
The only way to end this feud was to put them in Satan's playground and let them beat the ever-loving shit out of each other. And boy, did they. This has to be the most physical Hell in a Cell in history. I mean, I really believe that these two were beating the ever-loving hell out of each other, and they made it so believable. And the psychology of the match was great. Undertaker with his broken hand and with his cast, Brock proving himself as WWE Champion, The Undertaker trying to defeat the next big thing in this match that he helped make famous. These two put on one hell of a show, no pun intended, and helped elevate Brock while keeping Undertaker's legend status intact. This was a wonderful and bloody way to end this feud, and I loved every second of it. Number 4. Batista vs. Triple H, Vengeance 2005. Batista had just defeated Triple H for the world title at WrestleMania 21, and again in their Backlash rematch. So, Triple H wanted one more rematch, but in an environment he knew extremely well.
Hell in a Cell.
Nobody really thought that Batista could defeat his mentor, Triple H, in this environment of evil. This match had the classic kung fu feel of the student versus the master. This match had everything. Chains, chairs with barbed wire wrapped around them, steel stairs, blood, and violence aplenty. The first two matches were okay, but this match is the one that everybody remembers, because it was so fucking entertaining and awesome. These two told a great story, and just like it did for Brock Lesnar, it made the fans accept Batista as a world champion, and showed us that Triple H is truly the game. Number 3. Undertaker vs. Mankind, King of the Ring, 1998. Now most of you are probably shocked that this isn't lower on the list, and here's the reason why. This match really had no heat going for it. Mankind and Undertaker had a hell of a feud from 96 through 1997, but fans didn't seem very excited about this match, because it basically came out of nowhere. Mankind wasn't really respected by the fans, and Undertaker had a broken foot. And how the hell were they going to live up to the classic Hell in a Cell that was barely a year before? By Mick Foley being thrown off and through the cage, that's how!
Let's go! Let's go! Witness! He is broken in half!
I'll tell you, the crowd may not have cared about the match before, but all they had to do was throw a human being off the top, and they pretty much got right on board. Obviously, I don't rate this as the greatest Hell in a Cell in history, but it is the most violent. And I say that because Mick Foley's body took a huge amount of damage, and almost ended his career. Mick gave everything he had to the fans, and he earned their respect. Undertaker became even more feared than he was before.
I mean, if you fuck with him, he's gonna toss your ass off the top of a cage. I just wet my pants out of fear.
This match is violent, shocking, and entertaining as shit. Number 2. Shawn Michaels vs. Undertaker, Bad Blood, 1997. What? This isn't number 1? You dumb motherfucker! I'll explain my reasons. Now, this was the very first Hell in a Cell ever, and people always ask if any Hell in a Cell after this ever topped it. The answer? Not really. Undertaker and Shawn put on one of the most exciting matches ever. They had frickin' everything. They battled in the cage, outside the cage, on top of the cage. The match had the crowd on their feet the entire time. Shawn and Taker put on one of the greatest performances of both of their careers, and it would be a defining moment for both. Now, why this match isn't number 1 is basically because even though Shawn and Undertaker, especially recently at the last 2 WrestleManias, have had a hell of a rivalry, at the time, even though I consider it an awesome feud, it wasn't really one of the greatest feuds in wrestling history. It was really good for the time, but you'll see here in a second, by my number 1 pick, why this one's number 2. Also, Kane made his WWF debut at the end of this match. It's like the cherry on the kick-ass sundae. This match is considered to be one of the greatest, and not just the WWE's history, but wrestling history, and I agree. This is the match that started it all. Simply put, a classic. And finally, my number 1 pick for the best Hell in a Cell of all time. Shawn Michaels vs. Triple H, Bad Blood, 2004. So why did I pick this match as the number 1 Hell in a Cell of all time? One reason: the rivalry. This Hell in a Cell just felt like it was the most personal out of any other in history. Triple H and Shawn Michaels had history dating back to the mid-90s. They formed D-Generation X and helped jumpstart the Attitude Era. Shawn left because of his back injury, and Triple H took over DX and basically took over the company. When Shawn came back in 2002, he was a new man with a new attitude, and nobody was as happy as Triple H when he came back. Until he turned against Shawn, thus starting one of the greatest rivalries in wrestling history. From 2002 to 2004, these two had tons of matches against each other, and it finally reached the point that they needed to kill each other inside Hell in a Cell. This match has everything: blood, ladders, tables, chairs, and 2 of the greatest of all time. Plus, this match went for almost 50 minutes. That's right, 50 minutes, making this the longest Hell in a Cell in history. Now, that's not the only reason I chose this to be number 1, because of the rivalry. This match never gets boring once, and you can feel the hatred that these two men have for each other. Which is funny, because in real life, they're best friends. So to believe that this match is in any way real is a testament to both men's talents. Watching this match makes you remember all of their history together, so it makes you feel very nostalgic while you watch it. It was a hard choice, but this is, in my opinion, the best Hell in a Cell match ever.
Let the debating begin. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are going to have problems with my top 5, and that's fine. Argue with me all you want, bitches. Now, if you haven't watched these matches, please go and do so. You probably noticed that I didn't say who won these matches, because I didn't want to ruin them for anybody. Great classic matches are most fun to watch when you don't know who's going to win. You can truly get lost in the fantasy of it and be a fan. But of course, not the fan. Also, is it ironic that my number 1 Hell in a Cell was actually a Shawn Michaels one? I don't know. I do know, though, that I am truly gonna miss that heartbreaking son of a bitch. Excuse me, I can't. The episode's over. Just go.
I've got the move that really move 'em. I said chill up and down their spine. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I make 'em hot. I make 'em shiver. Their knees get weak whenever I'm around. They see me walk, they hear me talk.